the question at hand: how to leave a toxic nigga. Just dropped my light. Alrighty, y'all. Okay, so I really don't have like an intro. I could tell you guys I'm working on it. Matter of fact, let me shut this video off and see if you guys can even hear me correctly, because it's fucking hot. I'm not skinny and I sweat. Wait, fuck. I'm not supposed to be cussing. Fuck. You guys can tell this is my lovely chair and this is my light. You know, I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay, so this video is really like, it's really just a how-to get over a toxic guy. Or no, wait, wrong. No. Okay, so this video is basically how to get over a toxic guy. I'm really trying, you guys, to not cuss, so call me out on it if I slip up. Now, when I say first we gotta start with, what is a toxic guy? Now, a toxic man for me, matter of fact, let me just give you an example. So, so I was dating this older guy for 2 years on and off, but we was never technically an item. He was just messy, like started a rift between the family, like me and one of my favorite fucking, I cussed. Okay, let's try this again. Me and one of my favorite cousins in the entire world, like, we don't mess with each other the same. Like, no, let me stop lying. We don't mess with each other at all. He was sending her screenshots of mine in his conversation. And so you got, okay, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into details, but that's an example. Another example is he's stolen from me. Like, I mean, money, weed, okay, so, okay. But then when I say toxic is like, I've tried to leave him multiple times, like breaking up, blocking numbers, not talking to him for months at a time. I've even moved on him, and didn't give him the address, and he still like pops up, like knocks on the window, or like, for example, now in my bedroom I have a balcony. He's climbed up my balcony, you know what I'm saying? But like, to let him talk to any female, he don't mess with me, he don't deal with me. Let him talk to any dude and I'm his. Like, he okay, for example, I was dating somebody I was messing with somebody out of state. Boy called him, like I am, like, you know what I'm saying? All around toxic. In reality, long story short, doesn't want to do right by me, but doesn't want to allow me to be free. You know what I'm saying? A toxic guy, a manipulator, a guy that messes with your head, a guy that you have been talking to for years, but you guys have never had a serious title. Now, I'm trying not to provide you guys petty advice because I'm an Aries, so my petty advice is mean. Like, I'm so childish at times where I will change my entire phone number on you. Like, we're in an argument and you just made me upset, I'm changing my phone number. Now you can't contact me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done stuff like that. I've moved on guys, like changed locks, you know what I'm saying? I've done a couple things. Now, with that being said, I should make another video of how to know when you're a toxic woman. You know what? I will definitely be making that video. But okay, for example, with a toxic man, let me tell you guys the type of game I got put on to, okay? So, for example, like, if you were your best self right now, like, you were the woman you wanted to become, or the man, because, I don't discriminate, love is love, but you were the man that you wanted to be. Like, I mean, your perfect image of yourself, which is nice car, healthy body, bank full, family taken care of. Would that be somebody you would date? 99% of the time it's a no. And if that's the case, then how are you supposed to grow into that woman or that man with your other half holding you back? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not I'm not very religious, even with my father being a pastor. I'm not very religious, but one thing is, I'm very, very spiritual. I'm in tune with my chakras, my third eye. I'm a very spiritual person. And one thing I noticed is, you know, when I allowed that toxic man back in my life, things always started falling apart. Like, I mean, jobs, I mean, living situations, I mean, money, cars, you name it, and it fell apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, horrible. So, here's just like some of my advice. The first thing is identifying a toxic man. Once you have came to that conclusion that that person is toxic for you, you need to be able to accept it. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm serious. You have to find a way to accept it in the aspect of, okay, I don't care how much I love him, how much we've been through, how much I've done for him, how much I've said. You know, I cannot wait to get in the gym, because you guys, this little piece, this little makes me so self-conscious and so mad. Okay, but I'm just gonna try not to look at it. But what was I saying? Oh, accepting is the number one thing. So if somebody is not motivating you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, like, they're not a positive influence, like, period. They're not a positive influence. You have to find a way to truly accept that. That is the first step of anything great. Any step to better your life, the first thing you need to do in whatever situation is acceptance. You have to accept what you are dealt with, okay? I told myself, like, you know what, this Sunday I am not going to do nothing but cry, scream, and listen to Triggered. Like, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just take full 100% control of my emotions when it comes to this. So I'm going to cry, scream, pray, beg, why, you know, I'm gonna figure this all out to myself, accept all of my negative, real emotions, so that I can move forth. Okay. Number 2, get away from that person. Out of sight, out of mind is a very true thing. And me and him really don't have nothing in common besides each other. So in reality, what am I doing? Like if I cut him off, is it gonna stop my money? Absolutely not. If anything, I'm saving money because I'm not picking him up, or I take myself on dates all the time. I go to the movies by myself. I go to sports events by myself. I go to plays, orchestras, the arcade. I do things by myself so that I'm not afraid to be alone. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing. You have to find a way to be alone. The thing is, it's not really that we miss that man. It's really just simply we're comfortable. We miss the routine. I miss you know what I'm saying? It's not that I miss him. He don't got nothing for me. He don't benefit me. But I miss the BS. I miss the, oh yeah, he got me messed up, so I'm about to press my line. No. What does that do for me? It does absolutely nothing, and it doesn't do anything for you, okay? Anything. For a toxic person, you have to choose yourself. Like, you really, really do. I know that sounds easy or it sounds simple, but it's not. Your biggest battle will always be your brain, not your heart, your brain. And I say that because there was a situation that just recently happened, and I wanted to call him. And I literally know there's no point of calling him. There's literally, what could he say to me that was positive? Nothing. What could he do to change the situation? Nothing. Like, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? So, that's definitely a big thing. Another thing about getting out of a toxic relationship or getting away from a toxic man is having an honest talk with your friends. And I say that because if I'm trying to get over somebody, I don't want it to be where my friend comes in and tells me, like, yeah, girl, I seen so-and-so. He was all booed up with so-and-so. I don't want to hear about that. Don't tell me about that. Out of sight, out of mind. So I'm asking all my friends out of respect, even if you gotta send a group chat, send each one a personal text, say, hey, I'm trying to figure some stuff out. Please do not send me anything that relates to this man on social media. I don't care if you see him in real life. Do not tell me anything. If you know that it has the power to hurt me or it has the power to affect me in any aspect, keep that to yourself. I don't want to hear about it, okay? As long as my life and the people I love are not in harm's way, I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care. Another thing is social media. Do not be a stalker on social media. It does absolutely nothing for you. Like, no, it does absolutely nothing for you. Do you hear me? It does nothing for you but continue to make you catch feelings or to be sad, or it just prolongs the process, because at the end of the day, this is a process. You have to go through this process regardless. Okay, I'm giving myself 2 weeks to tough this shit out. I cussed. Okay, I'm giving myself 2 weeks to figure this out, 2 weeks to get over this situation, 2 weeks to stop letting this affect me. You are your biggest, you're your biggest inspiration. You talking to yourself, you telling your subconscious what to do is the biggest blessing that we as humans are blessed with. We talk to yourself. I know that sounds crazy, but talk to yourself. You have to talk to yourself. You have to motivate yourself. Another way that I personally get over a toxic man is I'm not burning your stuff. I'm not throwing your stuff out. I'm not doing none of that. Like, that's it's politely getting folded and going in a bag. Like, and it's going in the trunk of my car so that there is never an excuse for you to come to my house, because, you know, but I play that role where it's like, oh, come get your stuff. Next thing you know, I got dick in me. Like, no. So I keep everything, when I'm done with a situation, I keep everything in the trunk. Anything that you leave, I don't care if you left your PlayStation. Baby, you could have left your puppy. No, okay, I'm joking. No puppies. Animal cruelty is not funny. But you know what I'm saying? You could have left anything and I will put it in my trunk, so there is never an excuse. So if I see your mother somewhere, hey, ma'am, hey, Miss Ma'am, or whatever your name is, hey, Miss Ma'am, oh, can you give this to your son? Okay, well, you have a great day. Stay blessed. And I'm going about my business. Like, and then just me personally as an Aries, I know this sounds crazy, but a big thing for me mentally to get over somebody toxic is always knowing that I'm the one that got away. Because at the end of the day, my intentions were pure. My heart was pure. We had may argue, we had may fight. We, you know, no matter what we went through, I know my intentions were pure. And when you are in the right mind frame, you will realize that too. And then by then it'll be too late. And I don't even think like that in the aspect of like, oh, I just can't wait. No, it's just knowing like I'm not number 3. I'm not number 2, I'm number 1. And he's always gonna think about me. So when I'm happily married and living my best life and I'm like in love and all that great stuff, he's gonna be in the same miserable mental spot, okay? Like, and see, growing up, I used to think I was good luck Chuckette, because I felt like every time I was in a relationship, the moment we broke up, next thing you know, they got somebody pregnant. And it used to break my heart, like back to back, all through high school. It used to destroy me. But you know what? I'm so blessed. And the reason I say that is because, girl, them girls that had them babies is struggling, okay? Struggling, messing with that dude. Like, it's not nothing that I missed out on, if that makes sense. Absolutely nothing. Okay, I'm definitely just ranting and getting off of tour. Okay. Another thing, another way to get over a toxic man is letters. I don't know how everybody feels about burning releases or things like that, but I'm just giving you guys what I do, okay? So a big thing is I write a letter. I'm a writer, so that's my thing, period. But I write a letter. It's not like anybody else is gonna see the letter. It's not like he's ever gonna hear the letter. But I basically am writing a letter to him. Now, y'all know, just like I know, we could be angry, but when we tell our friend or our parent the story, we always keep we always always keep half of the story to ourselves, right? Is that not what we do? We always do that, right? And the thing is, when you write a letter, you don't have to do that. You don't have to keep part of the story to yourself because you're ashamed. You don't have to keep part of the story to yourself because you're embarrassed. No, you don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is just express yourself. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to make sense. Any of that. It does not have to happen. All you have to do, literally, all you have to do is just write to that person. Write out everything. If you want to write, you suck, sex is sucky, your feet stink, great, write it. You know what I'm saying? Like, write it. Every morning, your morning breath makes me want to die. Write it. Nobody else will see it. And so the thing is, you write your letter, and it's not going to happen. Sometimes it won't happen in just one letter, or sometimes it just won't happen in one sit down session of writing. Sometimes you have to write multiple letters. Sometimes you don't. It just depends. And what you do is, when you are finished writing, take yourself to a place that is fire safe. So like a beach where there's a lake, or like where there's a fire pit or something, and read that letter to yourself one more time. Now, me personally, I read it out loud to myself. I don't care. It's just, I feel like I need to release that energy from me into the world and then get rid of it. So I will read the letter to myself. You know, dear beautiful, I talk to myself. Dear beautiful, this is your letter to so-and-so. Dear so-and-so, etc., 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 right? So I read it to myself. Let me see. Do I got a lighter in here? Yeah. I read it to myself. Burn it. And then throw it in that water, or throw it in that little fire pit. Take a deep breath and breathe. And I don't know, me personally, it works so well for me. Yeah, it works it works for me. It makes me feel like not only am I saying I'm done in my head, but my spirit, my energy is saying it's done. And once my energy is done, baby, I'm done. Like, there's nothing else to state. There's nothing else to discuss. I'm over it. And that's where we're at with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.